Hello,
Oh, you
everyone's.
unplugged it.
No, I didn't. Yeah, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. That's the plug I just gave you. I thought it was the plug without it. So let me get it. I got it right here.
Always, he always doing something, y'all. Always doing something.
I thought it was okay without the plug. It worked okay without the plug last night. Without being plugged in last night. Don't do me. Do not do me tonight.
Always doing something, y'all. Hey,
Well,
Melissa.
it is. Okay.
Hey,
Oh
Facebook.
boy.
Hey, Trisha.
I can't find the square.
You got to get it together, honey.
Oh, Jesus.
As usual. Y'all come on through, though. Come on through. Come on in the Lord's house. Ishalakandala. I said, come on up in the Lord's house. Ishalakandala. Come on up in the Lord's house. Ishalakandala. Robobo Shanda, Ibobo Shai. Ikandala. Oh, yes. Y'all know y'all like my song. Get on up in here. Get on up in here. Get on up in here. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to YouTube. What's poppin', people? What's poppin'? Y'all know my husband, honey. Y'all know my husband.
I didn't do nothing.
Hey, Medina. I'm getting
Y'all know
used to
my
seeing
husband.
you.
Y'all know my husband. I didn't do nothing. What did I do? What did I do wrong?
Unplugged it.
Nothing. I didn't unplug it. It became unplugged. I keep telling you that.
I need
Jesus.
something to blame on you. Just because.
I don't know where a square is. Fuck it.
Well, they can see us. It ain't like we black. Meaning, it ain't like the screen is black. The lighting is good on my phone. Hey, NB.
Jesus.
Medina, I'm getting used to seeing you. So you're going to have to keep coming.
Oh,
Every night.
Jesus Christ.
Shout out to my bush bitches. Because y'all know y'all, some of y'all is in the bushes. Some of y'all is in the
Well,
bushes.
damn it. We in the bed. It's dark. It's supposed to be dark in the bedroom.
Right. It's a
Shit.
mood. It's a mood. We
Yes.
setting the
Get into
mood.
it. Get into it.
Right.
Shit.
You
Had me
want
walking
this?
around looking for a motherfucking square every goddamn motherfucking where. Shit.
We setting the mood for y'all. We setting the mood. Hey, Regina. Okay. Hey, Monte. All right for driving home from New York.
Ooh.
Melissa said it's real cozy, so it's all good.
Oh, I got a square.
And be driving home from New York. Hey, Monte. Well, Medina, I'm glad we put you in a good mood and you sleep better. Yes, Monte. We trying something new. We trying to be consistent with the time because before we would just pop in and out whenever we felt like it.
We trying to be on time
And we trying to
for
be
the
on
girls.
time. Oh, you driving back to Long Island? Hey, Tristan. Hey, Tristan. Y'all come on up in here. Yes, and B. And drive safely. Stop texting. Turn it the other way. Oh, that's the right way. Yeah, there you go. Drive safely, MB. Oh, child, you gotta do this side.
Bring it to the light. Bring it to the light.
Yeah, there you go. Because that was too bright.
Bring it to the light. They said bring it to the light on the judges panel. So we just gonna bring it to the light.
Yes. Yep, y'all listen and do what Trisha said. Thumbs up the live. Is free.
Face. This is how you get face.
Thumbs up the live because it's free.
Yes. Y'all see my nails? Aren't they cute? Look at that. I like this one. This is one of my favorite. It got the matte finish, like this one. This one has the matte finish, and then it has the glossy tip. See? Yes, and then these are glitter. These are all glitter, but you can't really see the glitter. Y'all can't really see the glitter, but they're glitter.
Let me say, if you have not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and make sure you shade in that notification bell so you know when we drop a video or go live.
Yes. Hey, Trish. Hey, Trish, how's your daughter? I hope your daughter's doing all right. Okay, tell your daughter we say hey.
And how is she? Because I know you said she had coronavirus.
Oh, wow.
And y'all, this cough, it will not go away since I had coronavirus.
Y'all see, I took my hair off. It was getting on my nerves. It was itching.
It was itching.
Yeah, it was itching my like when I put it on, you know, and I had to put the you know, the hairline right here on. The hairline, it itches. I don't know why it itches right here, especially right here and here. So, you know, sometimes beauty is pain.
All right, she better. That's good. Yeah, because we felt it, but we didn't feel it, you know. We didn't feel it, you know, like we could have felt it had we not been vaccinated.
You know what? You know, I hate to be this way.
Medina said red is her favorite color and she loves your nails.
Thank you. I hate to be this way. Well, it appears as though I'm going to have to beat somebody in the face.
Who?
Lips.
Why?
Because I asked him to send me something and he didn't send it to me. And now I can't send out to him what I need to send out to him.
Oh, that's right. Oh, no, but I got it.
Oh, you got it?
I got it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I take that back. I won't beat you in the face, Lips. Shout out to Lips in the Legion.
I got it from before.
Yes, okay.
See, you gonna if he watching, you gonna make him come in here and get you.
He gonna call me and be like, Tramel, don't do me, Tramel. He always say this, and he be like, don't do me, Tramel, don't do me.
Oh, yours the same color as mine, Medina? We got the same style. The matte and then the two, you can see the glitter a little better on mine.
Yeah, you can see the glitter better on yours.
The matte and then the glitter tips and then these two are glittered.
Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm starting my own nail line. So all of these designs that me and Joseph come up with will soon be available in the new year. You'll be able to purchase them. You'll be able to purchase them to put on your own nails. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just working on it right now because, you know, when you start a nail line, we actually have to have somebody come in. We have to get the nails and we have to have somebody actually paint them. So, you know, and then I haven't even gotten into mass production yet, you know, but my nails are going to be custom. They'll actually be custom. Yeah. I'm working on, you know, the website and stuff like that, where you, as a person that wants to purchase some nails from me, you will be able to put in certain things and we will be able to design your nails for you.
Trisha said you look little standing next to Lips.
I am. I am. Lips is bigger than me. He's like Joseph size. Him and Joseph are about the same size. They're like tall. They're very tall. And me and hubby, we're like, well, I'm not. I think I'm taller than
You're
hubby.
taller than hubby.
Yeah, I'm taller than hubby. Hubby is he's a little shorter than me. I'm 6 feet. Joseph is 6'4". I believe Lips is 6'4" as well. So,
Lips
they're
taller
both
than
tall.
me, so he got to be 6'5".
Yeah, they both. Yeah, they tall. They're both tall. Yes, and big men. Big men. Hmm.
Thank you, Medina. Look at him trying to read the comments,
I
y'all.
am trying to read the
He's
comments because
trying
I
to
want
read the
to. I'll be
comments.
wanting to catch up. I'll be wanting to,
But it's
be
right
in the
here.
chat and stuff like that. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, but that still gotta look this way. Shit. Yes.
Yes, y'all.
It was.
Today was, oh my
It
God.
was uneventful, but
It was uneventful but amazing. I literally stayed in the bed all damn
me
day.
too. Me too. I
All
got up
damn
and went
day.
and got coffee for us, and then I ate something, and I was out.
And I just ate before the show.
Mhm.
I didn't eat all day until just a
I
little
had a
while
bad
ago.
case of the NNs. You know what that is, right?
Hmm.
The nappy naps.
And he went
Hmm.
to sleep, and I had to wake him up at 9 o'clock and say, "Get up, you got to do
Hmm.
the show."
Yeah,
And
but I'm well rested. I'm very well rested. Hopefully, I won't be up all night because I slept
I slept
most
until
of the day.
about, and I was shocked that he let me sleep until 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
I told you I wasn't gonna bother you.
Well, actually, that's not true. Meaning, I woke up earlier, like around 8 ish, and I went back to sleep around 9 ish, and I slept till 12.
Well, since you said that I be making all kind of noise and stuff like that, I said, well, let me keep it toned
You did.
down.
I can't lie.
And
You
I
did.
got up this morning and I got dressed very quietly.
You even had the light on it. It didn't affect me.
Hmm.
You did, and I was like, okay, I like it.
And one thing for certain, two things for sure. Let me tell you something. I can't move without this one. Because let me tell you something. If I'm not here,
When I wake up,
when he wakes up, oh, he's picking up the phone and he's calling me. And I dare not answer. Let me not answer. Oh, he's gonna call. He's gonna call. He's gonna call again. He's gonna call again. He's gonna call again.
mm-hmm,
I can't move without this one right here. He will find. Where are you?
because I'm your husband, and when
Where
I
Where
call,
are you?
you need to answer.
That's what he said. Where are you? I said, I'm in front of the house,
To
Papa.
stop me from calling, he'll have to text me. I'm on the phone with the doctor. I'm on the
Uh huh.
phone. I'm on the phone with so and so. I'm like, okay.
Yes, I can't go to the store without him knowing. He'd be like, I know you went to the store. I'd be like, how you know I went to the store?
All right.
Mm, he knows.
I sure did, because when I woke up this morning, I said, well, he didn't wake me up. I said, no, he done went in my phone and cashed up himself some money.
I sure did.
I said, he done went to the store.
Yeah.
So I kind of more or less knew where he was,
Mm-hmm.
but I still called him anyway.
Right. Right on up. Call him
I
up.
still called him anyway.
Call him up. Right on up. He called me right on up. Okay, what's the problem? What's going on?
And then, it was just so good to just do nothing. Like, just not get up, just not do nothing.
Yeah, and it rained all day, y'all. It was
It's
gloomy.
still raining. It's been
And it's
raining since
cold.
the weekend.
And I started getting cold, which I love. I love the fall weather. It's not too cold, but it's cold enough to have on a jacket or a sweater or something like that.
So it was just good not to do nothing today.
Yeah.
And then I was literally on the phone with someone for like from 2 o'clock to 9 o'clock.
Mm.
And then I called somebody else. And then I called Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and Melissa was talking for a minute.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, I got to get myself together. Because if I don't cook now, because Jamal made the spaghetti yesterday, but there was no more noodles. And I was like, oh, let me go downstairs. I wanted to ask him to go make the but I was like, stop being lazy and get your ass up.
And then
So I went
I
down.
woke to the sound of my phone ringing, and it was my mom. My mom decided that she wanted to speak to me at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, because I heard when
And I
it
was
happened.
still asleep. So when she called, I was like, hello. She was like, "Hi, I just called to say hello." I said, "Oh, okay, thank you." I said, "That's nice." She said, "I'm here with Peter." She said, "I'm taking Peter to work." I was like, "Oh, okay." She said, "Say hi to Peter." I said, "Hi, Peter." That's my mother's friend. I said, "Hi, Peter." And he said, "Hi, how are you?" He said it very, very like, how are you? He's from Africa. And she said, "Well, I just called because I wanted to say good morning and I want to hear your voice." And I said, "Thank you, Mom." And we hung up. Yeah. And then I spoke to my niece earlier to check on the baby because y'all know my niece, she just had a little girl named Sapphire. Her nickname is Jewel. And she said Jewel has been a little, she's been sick. She's been coughing, and she's a newborn, and I said, "Well, did you take her to the doctor?" She said, "Uncle Cree," she said, "It makes no sense for me to take her to the doctor because they're not going to give her anything. They're going to just tell me that I have to, that the weather through it." So my niece has really been keeping a close eye on it. And she seems to be doing a lot better this evening. So, you know how babies do. Babies get a little colds and stuff like that, and they're cranky. She said she was crying a lot. So, she's been taking care of her, making sure she's eating and getting enough rest and water and stuff like that. Things you have to do with a baby. My oldest sister, she had surgery last week. Um, and so I've been trying to keep an eye on her as well. And she called me yesterday. She was like, "Jamel," she said, "something ain't right. I'm going to the doctor." I said, "Okay, go ahead." And she went to the doctor. And now everything is good with her. Um, and That's really what my day was like. I was just, I do my little rounds every day. I haven't heard from my baby sister Kelly. She's been telling me I'm gonna call you tomorrow, and she'll never call my baby sister. My baby sister, she's fickle. She's a Scorpio. She's a hot mess. She cuss you out in a minute though, but she's very fickle. So, you know, like I said, I don't. I'm just one, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Do you get mad at your family members because they don't call you? Or do you feel like they don't love you or they don't care about you because they don't call you? Because I have a different analogy on it. Or, like I have, oh my God, I have 10 nieces and nephews. Well, actually, 11, 12. I have 12 nieces and nephews. A majority of them are grown and out on their own. The only ones that are not are
Oh, the little ones.
Michaela. No, Michaela is my niece. She's not
Right,
my
right,
great
right.
niece.
She was your
She
niece.
right. So
She's too little.
yeah, she's little. I hear from her when I speak to her mom. But my nieces and nephews, they don't never call me. They never call me. They may call me once in a blue moon when they want something, like they need some money or they need for me to do something for them. They'll call me every sporadically. And I know people that get so in their feelings because their nieces and nephews don't call them. I don't. I'm honestly, I really don't get in my feelings simply because I understand. I was their age at one time, and when I was their age, I didn't want to hang around my uncle or my aunt. I didn't call my uncle or my aunt every day. I didn't even call my mom and my daddy every day. You know, and so I don't get in my feelings. I don't know why. I don't get in my feelings when my nieces and nephews call. And one reason is because I understand that they're grown. They
He's
have their
shaking.
own lives. Huh?
He's shaking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're grown. They have their own lives, and they're out doing their own thing like I was doing when I was in my 20s. So I don't get mad at them, nor do I judge them. I don't judge them on anything that they do. I don't. I just really don't. I just love, I'm a person that loves and rocks with his family. When they need me, I try to be there as much as I can. And that's really it. You know, if they need me, they know how to pick up the phone and call me. And I do see them from time to time, sporadically. And when I see them, they're very respectful to me. And they always say, "I love you, Uncle Cree." They always tell me they love me, you know, when they do see me. So I cherish those moments. I really do. I cherish those moments. So I say this stuff to you guys to tell you, stop getting your feelings when your family members don't keep in touch or stay in touch with you. don't give them too hard of a time, because they don't, and some people think it's being very selfish, but it's not. It's not being selfish. It really is. It's not being selfish. It's just the fact that they're living their lives, and sometimes they lose sight. They don't think about you. You know, I doubt very seriously my nieces and nephews think about me. You know, they may think about me once in a blue moon, and that's really it. But they really don't give me too much thought. And so, but I'm cool with that. I am a very, very cool with that. Um, and I think that's one of the reasons why we have I have a great relationship with all my nieces and nephews. I have great relationships with them. Now, my great nieces and nephews, those are my babies. Those are my babies, like Chance and Morgan
No, they live.
and Sanaa and my great nephew Tyler. Those are my babies. They're like my babies. And let me just say this. I I was a father to a majority of my nieces and nephews. I was a father to them where I raised them. They didn't have a father like my niece Tamika. Her father died when she was a baby. My niece Tamika and Calvin, their father died when she was a baby. And then my nephew Jamar, his father, that's a whole different story, but it wasn't a bad story. And so I raised my nieces and nephews. I helped raise them. And so they not only look at me as an uncle, but they look at me as a father figure as well. So um, you know, I consider their children like my grandchildren. I do. I consider their children like my grandchildren. But my nephew Tyler, oh my God, my nephew Tyler, he is so adorable. He is just, I love him to death. I just love him to death. He'll call me and say, Uncle Craig, can you bring me a Happy Meal? I'll be like, okay, and I'll get right in the car. And I'll go and bring it to him. I don't care. I'll stop what I'm doing. You seen me do that, Joseph. I will stop what I'm doing to go and get my nephew Tyler a Happy Meal. He's just such an adorable baby. He don't, and he don't call me every day. He calls me once in a blue moon, and he'll ask me for a Happy Meal. And Lyric, she'll ask me to get her, that $5 thing at the McDonald's. She'll ask me to get that, and then Sarah, she'll call me. She'll just ask me for money. Oh, great! Today is my birthday. Okay, so now which one for your birthday? Well, you can send me some money. Okay, check your cash app. Send her some money.
Regina, I agree with you.
What?
It shouldn't be you putting in all the effort. And Medina, I agree with you because that's the way I am with my family.
What you mean?
We don't really talk all the time, but we just have an understanding that works well for us.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we do talk, it's like, hey, I ain't heard from you. What's going on? You good? You
Right.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. So,
Well, there are
but
some families that have that dynamic.
we just that's just how we are.
Yeah.
And I don't feel no kind of way, like, because if I end up in the hospital, trust me, they all calling me, Joe, what happened? Why you in the hospital? What's good? You okay? You need anything? I got you. So it ain't no big deal to me.
Right. But
But
when y'all see each other, it's y'all have a great time, right?
right, because it
Yeah.
ain't no hey
But it's
brother.
and I get it. I get some people think like I shouldn't have it shouldn't always have to be me that's making the effort to call. But the fact of the matter is, if that be you, then continue to let that be you. Don't get frustrated with it. You could say to your family member, well, you don't never call me, so why don't you give me a call sometime? You know, and that's really it. But fighting about it and trying to make a person feel guilty because they don't call you, pick up the phone and call you, it never turns out good. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, we, especially in a Black family, we need to really lighten up on, some of the things that we put each other through. We need to be more loving. And now is a time where, we really need to be more loving and caring because life is so short, It's so many, I hear so many people say that they lost their brothers or their sisters and stuff like that. And, I think about things like that. That's why I don't argue with my sisters and stuff like that, because I think about things like, what if today is the last day I'm talking to her and I done cussed her out? How am I going to feel if something happens to her, you know?
Well, I
So,
mean, sometimes,
but sometimes, I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you gotta cuss a bitch out. You gotta cuss a family member out. You gotta let them have it.
I just don't.
But
I just don't. Like, I don't have time.
I don't need, listen, I don't need for somebody to pick up the phone and call me and say, well, Tramel, I was just thinking about you. I don't need that for validation that they love me, or anything like that. I just really try to get along with everybody. I think this, and it works out for me. I'm not saying that it's gonna work out for y'all, but it works. That's what works out for me.
All right. And what works for me and my sister is, I had to tell her that every time I tell you something, it doesn't have to be confrontational. Like, I'm
Right,
not trying to make you feel bad, or I'm not coming at you to like judge you and whatever. You taking it that way, but
right.
that's not, it's
You ain't got
not
to explain and all that
for
other
a
stuff. But the reason why I
confrontational
don't
thing.
call you, this is the reason why I call you, because I be busy. I got a family,
I don't
and I
ask
got a,
people.
and
One
I
thing I don't do is ask, like, I don't ask people questions. Like, if you have a party and you didn't invite me, I'm not coming to you and ask you why. If
Mhm.
you don't call me, I'm not asking you why.
Right.
Hey, Leon,
Hey,
because
Leon.
at the end of the day, if you wanted to do it, you do it.
Right.
You make time for who you want to make time for.
Right.
So once you start with that, oh, I was busy, shit. No, bitch, you ain't that busy.
Right.
You make time for who you want to make
Yeah,
time
you do.
for.
That's true.
So, I don't ask people why they don't call me, or why you didn't invite me, or
Hmm.
why you
I'll be
this or
like,
why
yo,
you
it's so
that.
good to hear from you.
I
I,
don't,
I do.
I don't, because at the end of the day, for what?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, if a person want to make time for you, they'll make time for you,
Right.
regardless of whatever they got going on in their
But you
lives.
don't need for people. You don't need to hear from people in order to feel validated in this world or to feel loved in this world. You
I
are
mean, some people
loved.
do.
You are
Some
loved.
people feel that if they don't hear from their mother or their brother or their sister
That they
or their
don't love them,
cousins,
and that's not
that,
true.
oh, they don't love me and fuck them and
Hmm.
this, that, and the third, and that don't even be at the end of the day, did you pick up the phone and call them? But I
Right.
agree with Gina. If I notice that I'm the one calling all the time, well, the calls are
Hmm.
gonna stop.
Right. The cause you can like. It's okay for you to say that.
The calls
It's
are gonna
okay for you to
stop,
say that, but don't do it with malice. That's all I'm saying. All I'm
and
saying is
then
that.
I'm gonna call you maybe once a month or maybe not at all,
Right.
because
Right.
I'm gonna sit around and see how long it's gonna take you to realize that I
Hmm.
haven't called you.
Yeah. So you just, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Um, it's like, for me, it's just not that deep. For me, I don't need a phone call from somebody to validate me or to make me feel like they either love or don't love me. And let me say this about family. Family, just by default, loves family. Unless you done did something real, 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 real jacked up, your family ain't gonna turn it back on you. You know that.
Well,
They may not show it all the time. They may not show it all
but
the
that's not
time.
true for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's not true for a lot of people. A lot of people go through just a lot of
Shit for
tumultuous
no
things
reason.
in their family. But all I'm saying is sometimes we, as people, we create situations that we don't really have to create. You know.
And speaking of creating situations, why do people, well, you can't answer this, but why do people create situations that there's no reason to create them? Like, if you're going to create a situation, then let it be for a reason.
Hmm.
Like, let it have a purpose.
Right. Makes some
Don't
sense. Makes
just
sense. Let it
create a
not be petty.
situation,
Let it not be petty. It's I just don't like petty shit.
but don't
Like, you
just,
came over my house. You came over my house and you bought a DVD for me and you ain't returned it.
no, it's not
You ain't
even,
called me, no
no,
nothing.
it ain't even that. It's that
It's like,
you create a
sis.
situation and then you come to me and tell me the situation you have with Tramel, and then I go to Tramel and say, "Well, what happened with you and so and so?" And Tramel
Hmm.
tells me, and it's a whole different story.
Right.
Because what I hate is when people want to tell a story and they leave out their part, but they want to
Hmm.
tell all the other person's part. Well,
Hmm.
they did this and they said that,
They
and
want
they
to make the
did
other
this and they
person's
said
part
that.
more messier than theirs.
Right, but you
Yeah.
ain't telling me what you said.
Right.
So if you think I'm not going to the other person and say, you know what? When you talk to Tramel, what happened? What do you mean what happened? Just what happened? Well, the conversation went a little like this. And then I'm sitting there piecing everything together, going,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, okay, now this makes sense." Because
Mm-hmm.
he left out all that part.
Right.
He only told me what you said, which would
Right.
be confusing. Because I know you, and I know you wouldn't just say off
Right.
the wall
Right.
shit like this.
Right.
You know,
Well, see, I go a little bit. See, I don't even have to go that far because I'm a good interrogator. Because the first thing I'm gonna ask you after you done told me some mess is, what did you do? What part did you play? If you can't tell me that, I don't need to go to nobody else because I already know that you ain't telling me everything. So until you decide to tell me everything, then we can't have a conversation about it. That's it.
right? Because people love to forget what they said, but they
Hmm.
remember everything the other
What
person
part did
said.
you play? What was your part, girl? What did you do? What did you say? What was you saying when she was saying such and such? What was the problem? You know, I'm very that. I'm going to get down to the bottom of it with you. I'm not gonna go and ask somebody else, what happened. By the time I walk away from you, you're gonna be done gave me all the cold hard facts. And then I make that will basically um allow me to decide whether I need to go to somebody else and ask questions
Right, but
and
yeah, you have
things.
those two
What?
that only call you when they want something. They don't even ask you how you doing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would need to understand why it's 20 people in here and we only got, well, actually, according to Tramel's phone, it's 24 people in here and we only got, I know I'm seeing things. So let me close
Oh,
that out.
thank you. Thank you. You know what? I really have to give a
Let
shout
me
out
close that out.
to
And
our Facebook
we only
family.
got 7 likes.
I got to give a shout out to our Facebook family because they are like liking our videos and sharing our videos on Facebook with their friends and family, which we really appreciate. Thank you so much to all the people that watch us on Facebook. You can't imagine how much we appreciate you guys sharing our videos and stuff. And when you share, just put a note on the post that you post and tell people to follow us on YouTube. Um, we would greatly appreciate that. But if you don't, it's always great to just share it as well. You know.
And thank you to whoever just followed us on Facebook as well. I don't want to hear it damn way. I don't be giving a fuck. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's like, like, listen, life is too, I'm dead serious about this, guys. Life is not as long as we think it is. I mean, you could live on this earth for 100 years, and that's still a short period of time, especially in God's years. You know, life is very short. Cherish the people that are around you that you love. Um, you know, learn how to be a little bit more patient and compassionate and have empathy and sympathy and all those things that you need to have when you're interacting with your family members and your good friends, because you never know. In a blink of an eye, a person could be gone. They could be here with you today, and the next thing you know, you'll get a phone call saying, such and such died. Then how do you feel? Then how do you feel?
Well, I feel fine. If they wasn't calling me before, then I really ain't got to look for a
Yeah,
phone
I mean,
call
you
from
feel
them.
fine, but at least you don't have any animosity. You know, you don't
It's not
hold a
even that.
grudge. But a lot of people hold grudges because they'll be my sister Tina. I got a sister Tina, but she'll never call me, and they'll hold a grudge against. He'll hold a grudge against his sister Tina because she don't call. She don't pick up the phone and call all the
But you know
time.
what? While you trying to spend time with Tina and get with Tina, there's somebody else in your family that's trying to make time for you and be there.
Right,
But you too busy worried about Tina. Fuck
right,
Tina. Go about your business. If Tina don't make time for you, let her do her.
right.
My
Like,
thing
what's my
is
biggest
make
complaint,
time for
Joseph?
people that make time for
Right,
you.
right,
Be there for people that are there for you.
right.
I don't want it. It don't sound good saying fuck the rest of them, but at the end of the day, fuck them.
Yeah.
Y'all be so busy sometimes running behind people that don't pay you no motherfucking mind,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Mm-hmm.
miss out on the ones that are
Right.
paying you mind that
Right.
do want to be there. that do want to go to the barbecue, that do want to go to the party, but you too busy running after the one that ain't paying you no motherfucker. Fuck them.
Right.
Let them go to their own barbecue.
Yeah.
Let them sit home and eat fried mushrooms and corn, bitch. Fuck them.
Yeah. That's like, what's my biggest
And
complaint?
you,
What's my biggest complaint about my sister?
OMG.
Look, what's my biggest complaint about my sister? Every time, I kid you not, y'all. This is all. It has always been this way. It has always been this way. I'm not even gonna say since we were kids, but since we were adults, it has always been this way. My sister don't never answer the phone when I call her, ever. I'll call her and she won't answer the phone, and I'll get her voicemail, and I'll leave her voicemail, and she'll call me right back. Or she'll send me a text like, I'm busy, I'm working right now, because my sister, she works from home now, so I don't know when to call her, but I'm just like, I'm very considerate when it comes to calling people. I'm like, oh well, I don't want to disturb her, because I don't know when to call
Right.
her, so I'll be like, I don't want to disturb her, she might be working, so let me just leave a little voicemail, or let me not even call. I'll send a text, and she'll send me a text back whenever she gets free. She always sends me a text back and like, Tramel, I'm sorry. I'll give you a call at this such and such a time. And she normally calls me up like, now my baby sister, I cherish our, interaction. She always calls me when she's walking her dog or she's going for a walk. And, we have great conversation. We talk about my mom. We talk about my sisters. We talk about the family and stuff like that. And so I cherish that's the time I cherish speaking to my baby sister. Shout out to my baby sister Kelly. She lives in Virginia, Alexandria, Virginia. But
well, just go tell people so they could go.
You got to show people that you love them every day, even in spite of sometimes they're not as considerate as you would like them to be. They're not as interacting with you as you would like them to be. You have to still let them know that you love them and you care about them, and you do it in your own little ways. If it's leaving a voicemail,
but don't be chasing after nobody.
You don't be chasing after nobody. If you leave a voicemail, listen. Hey, we're shaking. Listen, I know you busy. When you get a chance, give me a call.
And if you don't get that call, keep it moving.
If you don't get the call, just be okay. Be okay.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, it's okay.
Because at the end of the day, you don't need no explanation.
No, you don't. What you need an explanation for? What is the explanation? Listen,
you don't need nothing from people.
Right. Be honest with yourself. What is an explanation going to do for you? Nothing.
Nothing, because when you sit and tell me, oh, I'm so busy, I'm in my mind, you ain't that busy.
Right. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you, oh bitch, don't do me.
I might not say it to them, but in my mind, I'm like, you ain't that busy.
Some people say it. Some people be like, oh bitch, don't do me, honey. You ain't that busy, bitch.
All right.
You can't pick up the motherfucking phone and call me. I used to tell my sister Kim, I'm calling you to tell you that I'm still breathing, bitch. And she would laugh. And my sisters don't ever call me. None of them. Nobody in my family ever calls me. But when we do speak, they call me once in a blue moon. And when we do speak, we cherish the time that we speak to one another, because we never know when we're going to be able to speak to one another again. Sure, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and my sister didn't even pick up the phone because she didn't come see me. She didn't call me or nothing. Well, the whole motherfucking time I was in the hospital.
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 The hospital.
The hospital.
The hospital.
You know what I'm saying, Joseph. Don't be making fun of my English.
You need to fix it.
Don't make fun of my English.
Well, y'all know me and Tramel are total polar opposites, honey.
Yeah, we are.
Because I don't give a fuck who called me or not. And I just put it that way. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Especially if I ain't picking up the phone to call you.
Oh, God.
Fuck you. And when you do call me.
And that's what he says to him.
Tramel tell you, I'll be like, fuck you. And when they do call me, I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they be like, hey, boo, I was thinking about you. Okay, bitch. Well, it took you 4 months to think about my black ass.
Right.
But, at least you thought about me. I don't cut corners because I ain't chasing after no motherfucking body.
No, me neither. I ain't doing that. But there was a time when I used to be like, nobody cares. Nobody cares
let me tell you something.
No, I don't do that no more.
Child, I will live my life that they don't even exist, and I'm being honest.
Well, I think a lot of people go through that. You go through that stage in your adult life where you be like, oh, nobody
No,
cares.
I ain't never went through that.
Well, some people do. I'm just saying
Right?
some people
No, you're
do.
right.
You know, they go through this stage where
Because
they're
they
like,
need that
nobody
validation.
cares about them because, you know, they don't pick up the phone and call you. You feel like they don't care, you know, and that may or may not be true.
Like it's just, I don't know. I've just always had this attitude. If you don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
And I've just always
And
been
it's
that way.
okay.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. Like when I said don't chase people, there have been people that, I wanted to talk to and what have you. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm calling this bitch all the motherfucking time. They can pick up the phone and call me. Let me
Mhm.
not call, as a
Yeah.
test. Let me see how long it take them to realize I
Right.
didn't call
Right.
and they call me. Child, a month, 2 months go by. I'll be okay, bitch. You ain't gotta worry about me no more.
Mhm. Who was that I was calling last week? And I was like, you know what? I ain't calling no
Right.
more. I was
Like,
like, I'm not calling no more
or you be
because.
calling them, right? And then you say, oh, I'm in town. Then all of a sudden they want to call you.
Mhm.
They got to answer for you. They want to text you back. But all the time you just trying to say hello. You don't get no response. Fuck
Right.
that.
Right. Right. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Like, I just, let me tell
Listen,
you
if
something.
we listen to all my friends and family out there, if we have not heard from each other in a long time, it's okay for you to pick up the phone and call me. But if you don't pick up the phone and call me, know that I love you. And that's just that, period.
Right. I ain't never sit here and say I didn't love my family, but
Right.
what I'm not going to do is chase them to call me.
Mm-mm, no, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
Because I already know. It's going to be, oh, I was so busy.
Hmm.
I just had so many things going
Yes,
on.
I've been doing the
But see, let me tell you, the
churn.
ones I know that'll say that to me, if I do call them, I'll be like, oh, I ain't want nothing important. Call me when you get a chance.
Right, right.
And they will. They'll call me maybe a week later, 2 weeks later, a month
Hmm.
later.
Hmm.
But I put it out there like that.
Right.
I set the expectation. So I'm not disappointed saying call me. Now if I leave a message saying it's important, call me immediately.
And you ain't called
They
me, I'm
will
gonna cuss your
call.
motherfucking
No,
ass out.
no, my family
I'm
they'll
gonna be like,
call.
bitch, I called you, bitch, and I
Or they'll
told
call me
you
the
that I
next
had
day.
something important to tell you. You ain't pick up the phone and call me, bitch.
Or they'll
What's the
call me the
motherfucking
next
problem?
day and be like, Joe, I just listened to the message. What happened?
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's really that important, I'll blow your motherfucking phone up to your answer.
Mm-hmm.
But thank God it ain't never been that important that I needed to blow somebody's phone up till they answered. So,
Mm-hmm.
right, Melissa, it's okay to have distance. And
Yes.
Brenda, you're right. Us being different is what makes us, you know,
Right.
that's why me and Tremel gel.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are like literally polar opposites of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes he needs to tell me to chill. Like,
Yeah.
Papa, you really being mean. I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
being mean. I'm just keeping it real. Fuck this.
No, I be
And
telling
he's like,
Joseph,
no, you're mean. You're
yeah.
being mean right
Yeah,
now.
you're
Like,
being mean and
well,
surly. Be mean and
fuck him.
surly.
And my
Yes.
response is
And
always,
he'd be
fuck
like,
him.
he always say, why should you always gotta make me be the bad guy? I say, I'm not trying to make you be the bad guy, but if you being mean and surly, I'm gonna tell you.
And then I do the opposite. You being too nice. What do
Yeah.
you mean I'm being too Terrell? That bitch don't deserve all this many motherfucking
Uh-huh.
chances. Sit back and look at the situation for what the fuck it is. And then I point it out to him and he go, well, I really don't care. But as your husband, I care. And they're not gonna do this to you. Fuck
Ooh,
that.
ooh, yeah, he gets very overprotective. He's very overprotective of my heart because
No,
he
because
knows that I'm
Tremel
an
is too
empath.
nice.
He knows that I'm an empath, and he knows that, I always try
Well,
to look at
Papa,
things from a loving side,
you don't understand. I can feel their pain. Well, if you feel their motherfucking pain, tell that bitch to get herself out of pain.
Uh-huh.
Cause I don't give a fuck about her pain, honey. Her pain is not your motherfucking problem.
I'll be like, Joseph, don't do that. Don't say that. That's mean.
No, I
No,
don't.
Tramel. He'll be like, no, Tramel. That is not mean. I'm just, and he will explain it to me in a way in which I'll be like, well, you know what? You're right. But, I'm like, still, you don't have to do that. Yes, you do. Sometimes you gotta see. Sometimes you gotta let a bitch have it, Jamel.
You gotta let a bitch know.
You gotta let a bitch know. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, Joseph.
Don't push me, push a push pop, bitch. Cause I ain't the one.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I'm like, I don't care how you feel. You're my husband, and ain't nobody gonna. I'm not gonna sit here and let nobody take advantage of you because they got another thing coming. If they think that shit is gonna happen,
Listen, one day I had a hard conversation with him. I was like, Joseph, what did they do to you? What did they do? Huh? Tell me what they did. He was like, what are you talking about? I said, somebody did something, honey, to put this cold coil in the center of your chest, honey, where you just be like, fuck him. Fuck him. That's his favorite word. Fuck him. Fuck him, Jamal. Fuck him.
I told you what did it. I told him what did it.
Oh God. Yeah, you did. You did tell me what did it. But I was like, what, Joseph? What happened?
Because honestly, I was like Tremel, and I gave people the benefit of the doubt. And when that situation happened, it was like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Uh-huh.
So people really are this fucked up in this
Mm-hmm.
world.
Yeah.
Like, okay, bitch, I can treat y'all the same way y'all running around here treating other people. And let's see how you know what the bad part is? People like me more when I'm mean to them than when I'm nice to
Yeah,
them.
that's so true. I don't
Because
understand
when I'm
it.
like
Because he's right.
people don't know. People that know me, they be like, "How the hell do you have any friends?"
Mm-hmm.
Like the shit that come out of your mouth. I said, "You know why? Because people know what they're getting with me.
Yeah.
People know that if I'm for them, I'm for them. If I'm against them, they know I'm against them." I was like, so that's why people like me because
Mm-hmm.
they don't have to try to figure me out. I was like, when you nice, people try to figure you out because they like, why they being so nice? Well, they must want something because ain't nobody that nice, and people ain't nice for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell Tremel wants to see the good in everybody.
I do.
He's so nice.
I do. I be wanting to see the good in everybody. I do. You're right. I really do. I be wanting to see, you know, because as a child, so many bad things I endured. So many bad things from people. Like kids were mean to me. They would call me names. They would call me the F word. They would call me black names. They would make
But
reference to my skin color. And I would just run off and cry. So in my adult life, I had made this decision that I was going to try to live the best life that I possibly could. And for the most part, I did. I don't really have any regrets or
let me
anything
tell
like
y'all
that.
something. The stories my husband tell me, I look at him and say, how are you able to love?
Mm.
Like if some of the things that he went through happened to me, child, I would be so closed off to love. And like just him loving me the way that he does is like I I I understand it, don't get me wrong. But with everything that's happened to him, I'm like, that's truly somebody that said everybody in this world can't be me.
Hmm.
Everybody and I felt that too in
I
my
just
life.
believe there's good
I
in
was just
everybody.
like, everybody, if I'm here and I'm not like that, then there has to be somebody else out there like me.
Hmm.
Everybody can't be, like Melissa said, unloyal to people that are loyal to them,
Hmm.
lie to everybody they come in
Right.
contact with. I'm like, if I'm here, there
Hmm.
has to be somebody else here
Yeah.
like me.
Yeah.
And I was meeting women that was just like me. And I'm like, okay, well, this ain't, I mean, we could be friends, but this ain't helping me on a personal level. This is just
Hmm.
helping me on a friendship level. And when Tremel came back into my life, I was like, okay, I I get it because
Yeah, I had to like make him like look at things from a different perspective. I was like, Joseph,
he told me, he said,
think.
I'm not gonna keep trying to climb this brick wall you making me climb. Cause child, every time Tremel thought he was over that wall, I build it higher.
Hmm.
And I build it higher. And I
Hmm.
build it higher. He said, you're gonna have to be transparent.
I said, you can do that with everybody else. You can do it with me.
Right. He was
You're
like,
not gonna do it with me. You're just not gonna do it with me. Because see that y'all, I think you know who I really think of myself of as. I think of myself as the Grinch. Remember that story, the Grinch, and
mm-hmm.
at the end of the movie, at the end of the little cartoon, the Grinch discovered that he had a heart. He had a heart, and he had compassion, and he cared about all these things, and that's me. That's me. And it's sometimes, and I know it's living in a fantasy world, but I look at that's how I vision people. Um, and for me, I like to experience things for myself. So nobody can come and tell me, Jamal, I know you said you marrying Joseph, but Joseph is this and Joseph is that, and Joseph is this and Joseph is that, and Joseph. I'm not gonna. You could say what you want to say about him, but that may have been your experience with him, but that's not my experience with him. You know what I'm saying? That's just the level that I'm thinking about.
Right. I don't let other people dictate
Yeah, I don't.
what I feel about somebody until I interact with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I get the same interaction that you warned me about, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't get that same interaction,
Yeah, I got to see it for myself. I be wanting to be sitting up there saying something, child.
it's like,
You want to see? I gotta see. Well, let me see.
What did
Let
you
me
do
open my own
to make
damn
them act that way
eyes. Let me
towards you?
see. Mm-hmm.
Because I don't.
Yeah.
And
So
Brenda, you're right. Truth and transparent. Being
yeah,
truthful and transparent.
yeah,
Because a lot of people ain't that today, or they
yeah.
don't, or
Or sometimes some people are just too damn
that
transparent.
job. They when they say they transparent, honey, they tell you every
They tell
motherfucking
you
thing.
no,
Like
not
they a
everything. They
piece
tell
of
you
rice
too
paper.
goddamn much.
Like they a piece of rice paper, honey.
Yeah, they tell too goddamn much. Listen, you ain't have to tell me that.
I don't need to know that.
I ain't need to know that, baby. I ain't need to know that. I'm laying up here in the bed house,
Chill,
minding my business, and here you come
telling me your little
that
dookie,
story,
your
child.
little dookie schedule.
Right, that story. I don't need to hear all that. I believe in transparency, honey. But there's some things that you just really don't need to be transparent. Like I eat cookie dough, and I put it between my toes and I eat it and all that. No, girl.
I don't need to know that.
I don't need to know that, girl.
That's your business.
That's your business.
Eat your cookie dough.
Eat your cookie doughs and play with your toes and all that other stuff on your own. Don't tell nobody. I'm too many people that know about that. Don't tell me. I don't want to know that.
You telling me is one too many.
Very that. I'd like to keep it very Bette Midler with people. Y'all know what that means, right? Bette Midler used to sing this song called "From a Distance." She was in this movie called Beaches, and this song was very popular back in the early '90s when this movie came out.
From a distance.
Yeah, From a Distance. And yes, it's okay to keep it very, very, very Bette Midler with some girls, some of the girls. Some girls you just have to keep it very Bette Midler with in this city, and it's okay.
Right, because some people are just. They tell you every goddamn thing, and you sitting there go, "Why are you telling me that? What am I going to do with this? I was on the phone with
somebody today that was trying to tell me everything. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Trying to tell me their whole life story, honey, and roots along with it. No, I don't need to hear all that, child. All I need to hear is what the facts are. What are the facts?
It's like, but see, sometimes I think people do that because they lonely and they don't have nobody else to talk to.
Right.
So they just pour it out on somebody.
Yes.
And then when you be like, okay, I'm trying to sell you a house, bitch. I'm not trying to hear your whole life story.
Right.
They get an attitude like, well, you don't want to hear that because that ain't got nothing to do with what we on the phone.
Right. They ain't got nothing to do with you buying this house from me.
Right.
It don't. But some of the girls, they be wanting to explain, well, I'm buying this house because I have 15 children and little Jay, he's very
soccer.
active. And then
Janika, he goes to acting school.
Right.
And then I have little Keisha that's in dancing.
I don't need to know about your whole family.
And my other daughter is in the band, and you be sitting there like.
And then my other son, he likes to sit in his room, and that's it. He sits in there in the dark. And that's it. I know I don't want to hear that. I don't need to hear that unless you giving me warning on something like stay away from my children, child. They're crazy as fuck.
Right.
Yeah, that's totally different story. But child, life is too short.
And then then when the person turn on you and start putting all your business out in the street, then you look like a fucking fool for telling them. Because the only reason why they know it is because you told them. Only reason why they know it is because you told them. And guess what? You only known them for 5 minutes. So now they done put all your business in the street and you looking like a whole goddamn fool. And then it's like, well, How did they know that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I felt comfortable talking to them. So, well, bitch, you knew the bitch for 5 minutes. So why the fuck would you sit
Well,
and
you know,
tell them? Why the fuck would you sit and tell them you owe the IRS $25,000?
right, right,
Like, who does that? I don't
right.
care how lonely you are. It's none of their business.
Now Joseph, he get mad at churn. He get mad. I'm like, Joseph, that's a child. I don't give a fuck, Jamal.
You see yesterday when
He like,
when you was getting your nails done and that little boy walked over there, I played sleep real quick.
who Nas?
I
Yeah.
said he better not ask me not one motherfucking
No, he
question.
wasn't gonna ask you no question.
Cause
He
I ain't
just
got nothing for him.
he'll show you what he playing on his tablet or something.
I ain't wanna know.
Yeah. Yeah, Joseph get real mad at children. He especially gets mad at parents that bring their children to festivals and stuff like that. He be like, Tramal, this don't make no sense. All these goddamn strollers rolling around here. Why ain't you leave goddamn kids to fuck home?
All right, Trisha. All right, they do that too, Trisha.
What?
They tell you all their business to see if you gonna tell them yours.
Right.
But yeah, no, because you know what? Let me tell you something.
I'm not telling you all my business. You can sit there and tell me
No, I
everything
ain't
about
even.
you,
I'm
child.
going
I'm
back
just
to
sitting there
what you were
looking at you
saying about
like you got 10 heads, honey.
I'm going back to what you were saying about the kids and the dogs and shit.
Yeah.
What kills me is this: if you're gonna bring a dog to a fair or like a festival that's outside, why the fuck would you bring a dog as big as a fucking Shetland pony? That's gonna get in everybody's way. You know, I don't have a problem with the people that bring their cute little Yorkies or Morkies or Maltese or pugs and stuff like that.
They would bring a
Because them
Great
little
Dane,
dogs don't
honey.
get in the way. But you got two motherfucking Great Danes walking down the middle of the street with you and everybody trying to get out the way for the fucking dogs. Like, who the fuck does that? Then you got grown ass people with kids strolling, pushing these motherfucking strollers, hitting you on the back of your
Oh, he
motherfucking
gets
ankle.
so mad.
Leave that little rugrat the fuck home, bitch. Get a babysitter. Like, what the fuck?
Or if you're in a wheelchair or something like that, you gotta have
How
like
you in the wheelchair trying to reel the motherfucking wheelchair through the grass? It ain't even electric. It ain't even electric. Like, what the fuck you come for? Stay your ass home. Sometimes you gotta sit some shit out.
And I'd be like, Joseph, that is not nice. He's like, Tremel, but it's true.
He said, Tremel said, well, you out here. I said, I'm out here walking, holding your shoulder. And when I can't walk, I'm not holding. Let me tell you something. If I can't walk up the stairs, I'd move to the side and I tell everybody, go ahead. Because I don't want to hold nobody up. I'm not going to stand there like some motherfuckers and hold up a whole line of people because they trying to get their cripple ass up the motherfucking stairs. Bitch, I move out the way because I know my limitation. I know I can't run up a flight of stairs like when I was well. I know that because if I do, I'm going to pass the fuck out when I get at the top. Talk about I can't breathe. I can't. Tremel, call an ambulance. No. I move to the side. I tell everybody, go ahead, because it's going to take me a minute. And they be like, no, take it. No, go ahead. Like, even one time we were sitting down somewhere and, like, getting up sometimes because I got to get my bearings. And, you know, sometimes when I get up, I'll get dizzy. So the girl was like, are you okay? You need help? I said, no, baby, I can do it. I said, you know, I had a stroke. I said, so sometimes it just take me a little longer than normal. She said, you sure? I said, I'm sure. I'm good. I don't. Tremel was like, he ain't going to take your help because he want to do everything by himself. And it's like, you know, I get that part. But if people was in my way, I would. She said, you want me to help you? I would say, could you help me, please, so I could get up and, you know, move out these people way? Because one thing I hate doing is holding motherfuckers up. Like, don't go to a drive. Don't go to McDonald's and sit at that motherfucking window going, I want, no, well, could I, bitch, McDonald's menu ain't changed in 22 years. And if it did, it got one new item on it. The hell you sitting there confused? How you confused? You know what the fuck you want. You just holding up the motherfucker, I'll take this and I'll take that and oh, by the way, is that all? Yes. 22.53. Oh, can I have a Sunday? Bitch, the fuck is that? Like, come on.
It's funny to me, y'all. I'll be laughing.
I'll get mad and I will drive away.
Yeah, he will.
I will get mad and drive away.
We've gone into the fast food restaurant. We placed the order and they've taken too long. And Joseph be like, let's go, Tramel.
They don't want my
I'll
money.
be like, but Joseph, I want, let's go now. I'll be like, okay.
Because I'll do it in a minute. I'll leave and walk out in a minute. And don't be in front of me placing an order like that. And I'm inside.
And I'll be like, well, Joseph, what we going to eat now?
Because
okay, what we
going
to eat now?
Behind you going, like the menu changed.
You know what? Speaking of eating, you know what? I cannot wait to get back to Georgia to have
what?
Me some Zaxby's. I just want me a salad. I just want me a fried chicken Caesar salad. That's what I want.
Oh, okay.
From Zaxby's.
I used to get the hot wing chicken salad.
I've never had the hot wing
buffalo chicken salad.
I've never had that before.
Oh my God, it is amazing.
Is it?
It might you gonna need about 7 Prilosec, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
I love it.
Ranch
I love their Caesar salad. They do like a grilled chicken Caesar salad. They do a fried chicken Caesar salad. Their fried chicken Caesar salad.
Thank you,
chicken
Brenda.
is so nice and crispy and stuff. Have you ever had like their chicken fingers and stuff like that? Oh, their chicken fingers are just to die for.
Brenda, you're right. I'm a firecracker Aries. Like,
yeah, he is.
We don't have no patience.
Yeah.
We don't have no patience.
I don't. You know what? You do have patience, Joseph.
I have patience with you, and God knows I had to learn it. Cause baby, it's even sometimes now. I be wanting to yell at you and be like, Tramel, would you make up your fucking mind?
Yeah,
come the fuck on.
Yeah, you do that.
And
all
I just
the
have
time.
to take a deep breath and be like, don't even say nothing.
But I be trying to hurry up because I don't want.
No,
you
but
to
I
say
be like,
that.
don't even say nothing.
I don't want you to say that to me because I'll be like,
you know who he is, so just deal with it.
When was it yesterday? Yesterday he got in the car and just threw his bag. I was like, what you throwing that bag at me
because
for?
I was pissed because Tramel got in the car that night and went to get coffee or whatever. It was raining because y'all heard us say it was raining. He had the window rolled all the way, not part way down.
Oh yeah, I left the
all
window.
The way
I had the window. I left the window open all night.
He must have drove home when they gave him the coffee, reached out, got what he needed, and left the window down.
Yeah, I did.
So when I'm getting ready to go to drive to dialysis, now my ass gotta be wet the whole motherfucking way there. Because you left the whole motherfucking window down.
Yeah.
It's like, who does that?
But I didn't do it on purpose. You know me.
Gets out of the car.
He knows me. Listen, I'm Christy Snow.
So when I got in the car, I just threw my bag at him because I was like, if I even say something, this is going to result in a fierce argument. Yeah. Because I ain't going to hold back right now.
But see, I wasn't going to say anything because I'm just at this space in our relationship where we just not going to fight.
I was on.
We're not gonna fight, honey, unless it's something real, unless something real bad happens.
And
we don't.
I'm just gonna throw my bag at him and let it hit.
I was like, I said, well, why did you throw that bag at me like that? Because he threw it hard.
And I ain't said a motherfucking word, did I?
No, he ain't say nothing.
I just rolled up the window.
But I knew that it really. I knew that it bothered. I knew you was bothered.
Child.
But then I saw when you got over it, she was like, okay, whatever.
Well, hell, after a while, it's like, why am I sitting here mad?
Right.
I don't.
You was like, whatever. Okay, whatever. It happened, whatever.
Okay, Brenda, you're doing the same day as me. I don't stay mad forever.
Yeah, he don't.
I'll be mad and then I'll get over it. Like my mother used to always tell me that about me. She said, one thing I love about you, you get mad and 15 minutes later, it's like nothing even happened.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time to hold grudges. And it's my husband and I love him to death. But sometimes, honey, Tramel do some shit that make me sit there and be like, is he fucking serious?
Yeah, but I know I do stuff like that.
And I be having that look on my face.
And I'll be like, oh my God.
Serious
I'll be like, oh my God. I'll be like, he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me.
I'll be like, did you just motherfucker? I can't believe he just, child. And then I have to sit there and talk myself down. I'm like, child, common sense ain't common for everybody. You know that, bitch. You already know who your husband is.
Yeah.
So just sit here and suck it
that's
up.
It.
And just deal with it right now, because if you say something, it's gonna come out all
But what I always say, I'd be like, where I fall short, you supposed to pick up the slack.
Right, and I'd just be like, child, I'd just be sitting there like, in the beginning of our marriage,
God, we used to fight all the time.
I couldn't take it. Like, I just
we used to fight
it.
Y'all, when
like,
we first got married.
Shit. And I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Yeah.
Like, what? You think I'm stupid? And I want to say, I do. But I said, no, I don't. And I tell them all this, I hate stupid people. You
Y'all.
think I'm stupid?
Well, we used
I'm
to
not
fight.
stupid. Yada, yada, yada. I'm like, well, then stop doing stupid things.
We used to fight so bad. It was like thunder and lightning. Thunder and lightning. I mean,
Because
I'm
we both
talking
fire
like,
signs.
yeah,
He's a Sagittarius, and I'm an Aries. So when
yeah,
when the flames came,
yeah.
child.
But we learned how to, we made
Right.
adjustments and we learned how to really
I had to
like
realize.
interact with one another and learn how to respect one another and learn that, just because I don't agree with you or you're doing something that I don't agree with doesn't take away the love that I have for
Right. And I had to
you.
learn that
So, yeah.
just because I would do something a certain way, don't mean that he would do it that way. Because in my mind, there's logical things that should just happen based on situations. And when you do the opposite, it's like, the fuck? Like nobody else on this planet would have did what you did. But that's not true. Because in my mind, there's only one logical way to fix it.
Right.
And 20 other people can come up with 20 other options of what they would do.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to realize just because I would do it this way, don't mean, but I
always tell me like, it ain't your world, big girl.
But I still
it ain't your world,
but
big
I
girl.
still get mad at some shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, because I just be like, oh, is he serious right now? He can't be serious right now. Like,
yes, I am. I'm Beyonce.
He can't be.
I'm Beyonce.
He can't be. Like,
when he told me I was Beyonce, honey, that was like giving me carte blanche.
Let's try this again. I did not tell you that you were Beyonce.
Yeah, you said I was Jay-Z. You said
were.
I was the Beyonce to your Jay-Z.
Right.
So now I look at you as Jay-Z and I'm Beyonce.
That doesn't equate you to being Beyonce.
Yes, it does. In my eyes, it does.
No.
In my eyes, it does. In my world, I'm Beyonce. Matter of fact, I'm changing my name to Trionce. Yes, Trionce.
Mm-hmm. You can stick with Tremel.
Trionce, also known as Trionce. Whiskey sour.
I know when Melissa was having the drink, she just spit it all over her bed.
Hi, my name is Whiskey Sour.
I know Melissa just spit her drink all over the bed.
Lord Jesus. Oh my God. But yes, I'm Beyonce. You can't take that away from me, Joseph. You can't take that title away from me. It's like I'm giving you, I'm taking all your princess points. No, you're not. You can't take my princess points.
Saying something to some people because they just take it and fly with it. I regret.
I didn't fly with it. How did I fly with it?
Melissa said, "Yo,
I ain't fly with it. Listen. You know how you just have this like vision in your head, like WWBD. What would Beyonce do? Right? And so now every time I'm making a move or something like that, I'd be like, what would Beyonce do? I'm Beyonce. So I do it the Beyonce way, It's just
okay, Brenda. My grandmother was a Virgo. Sweetest woman on the planet. Just don't piss her off, child. Because when you pissed her off, child, I seen another side of my grandmother that I ain't never seen before. I'm like, ooh, you get real. Ooh, child, you get real mean when you get real angry when you mean. As long as you keep her cute, As long as you keep it cute, she was the sweetest lady. But child, when you pissed her off, child, you better look out. She wouldn't do too much because, she was really a devout Christian, honey. She lived by what that Bible said. But child, when she got mad, you could tell she let you know she was pissed. Right, Brenda. That's how my mother was, because my mother was an Aquarius. And I think, what's Aquarius? Air or water? And my mother used to tell people all the time, don't make me get my son on you, because that's the last thing you want is for my son to come after your ass. Because he big and he don't play. So you must do the same thing with your daughter, especially if she born on my birthday. Because I can tell you now, when it come to you, she don't play. Ain't nobody messing with her mama. Even if mama can handle it, she gonna jump in and say, listen, let me tell you something, because my niece is an Aries, but her birthday is in March. And this man, she had to be about 12. And this man jumped in my sister's face and started yelling at her. My niece jumped in between them and said, "You not gonna talk to my mother like that." And my sister said, I'm looking at her like, Deja, what the hell are you doing? And she put her finger in that man's face and said, "You not gonna talk to my mother like that. You gonna respect her." I said, "Tracy, you better get used to that." I said, because Aries don't play when it come to our mamas. We will stand there and jump in front of a bullet for our mamas, honey. We don't play that. We don't play that when it come to our mamas.
I don't never get a chance to like defend my mama and stuff like. Cause my mother's a Capricorn, and let me tell you something about Capricorns. Capricorns think they are the mighty Zeus, honey. It's nothing they can't do. It's nobody they can't fight. It's nothing they can't conquer. So when I be trying to take her from my mother, like I remember we was in the grocery store, and this young boy got smart. My mother, I said, "Boy," I said, "I will come behind that counter and choke your ass." And my mother smacks me. She was like, "Tramel, go to the car." And I was like, "No." I said, "No, I'm not going to the car." I said, I said, "I ain't gonna sit here and let him disrespect." She was like, "Go to the car." And she pushed me out the door. And she handled it. You know what I'm
my
saying?
mother was the total opposite. My mother would have looked at him and said, "Oh, you done fucked up now." And I tell my mother, "Go to the car."
Yeah.
And she go to the car and just let loose, honey. And then sometimes I would jump in the car and say, "Girl, hit it. They don't call the cops on you." And she said, "What did you do?" Well, they pissed me off. So I started flipping everything off the counters. She was like, "Why would you?" "Oh God, the cops gonna come and get your ass."
Yeah,
I said, "Well,
that's Medea.
why are you still sitting here? I told you to hit it."
Yeah, that's Medea's
That's why I
son.
miss my mama, because she was fun, and she tell you in a minute, "You done made my son mad." Like we when I first moved to Maryland, we had brought a DVD player. Well, the guy put it in the wrong box. So it didn't ring up for the price he said. It rang up for less because he put it in the box of a CD player. So they came to my house. Who the fuck does that? So I went back to the store. I'm like, "What are you coming to my house for?" "You're going to pay the rest of the money." "I'm not paying nothing." My mother said, "I'm not paying nothing. It's not my fault. He put it in the wrong box. You're going to pay, and you're going to do what all of this in her face. You're going to do what I." So I said, because my mother wasn't no punk. So I'm waiting, I'm just letting the fire build up. So I'm waiting. I'm letting her curse him out and tell him, "You better get your little hands out of my face. Maybe this is what you do to women in your country, but you're not going to do it here. In America, you're not going to talk to me like you talk to the women in your country." Baby, he was like, "I told you what you're going to do, and that's what you're going to do. And you better shut up and do what I shut up and do what he said." I said, "Mom, do me a favor. Go to the car." She said, "Oh, you done fucked up now." She said, "You done fucked up now because you ain't going to talk to him the way you was talking to me." So he started talking. When she got out that door, he started talking to me like that. I was like, "If you don't shut the fuck up, I will beat your ass in this motherfucking store." And he was like, "You can't talk to me like." "Do you want to make a bet? I'm talking to you like that, right? What you gonna do? What you gonna do now that I'm talking to you the way you was talking to her? What you gonna do? You can't talk to me like that." "Yes, I can, and I'm doing it. So what you gonna do?" And the next thing you know, all the little bullshit cell phones they were selling was on the floor. I started throwing things around the store. I was like, "If you come to my house again, I got something for your ass." It was just too much. It was too much. Like, you're not gonna talk to my mother like that. Like, you gonna respect her, and you're not gonna talk just because you a man. Don't mean you gonna talk to her any old kind of way. Especially when now see, if my mother was disrespecting him, then you have every right to disrespect her. That's just how I feel. But if she's talking to you in a nice, mild manner and just telling you, "Sir, I'm not paying because your employee put it in wrong. Take it out his paycheck." She's not disrespecting you. She's not cursing at you. She didn't. She didn't start cursing at him until he got disrespectful to her. Like, dude, it ain't going down like that. Right, Melissa.
Right.
She saw her son be like, "Mama, don't do it. I got this," because he see it and I be on it. Oh my God. Melissa said, I welcome my son, because you know she a Capricorn. She said, I welcome my son protecting me every time. Right, because as a mother, you got to feel, even though you don't want nothing to happen to your kids and you don't want them to go overboard, especially if you know your child, honey. Because you know, some parents know their kids ain't going to go overboard, but other parents know, child, you said the wrong thing, you about to get fucked up in here. Then they going to go to jail. So, you know, some parents have to stop their kids because they like, okay, that's enough. You know, let's go. I appreciate, oh, Jesus Christ. I appreciate you taking up for me, but, you know, you going to sleep again?
No.
Oh, because
I
them
got
little
beady
beady
little
eyes
eyes.
and
That's what
that
y'all say. Y'all say I got beady little
and that
eyes.
nuclear weapon will knock you out.
Don't do it. Don't do
Child,
me.
my son tries to calm me down because I have her. Right, Medina. See, my mother was the same way.
What?
But I just wouldn't let her do it because she knew I was worse than her. And my mother would get frustrated with people, right? And she would like, well, one time she was by my grandmother, this answering machine. And I'm like, she came in the store and I'm like, Mom, what's wrong? And she was like, I'm trying to buy the answering machine and the girl is too busy talking to the boy. And I'm asking her questions and she like, well, it's on the box. It's on the box. And I need to know these things because you know grandma ain't going to really know what to do. I need to get her. So I said, what happened now? You asked her questions and she talking to a boy. I said, you want that answer machine? Well, I think I do, but I said, come on, let's go. She was like, Joe, what are you going to do? I said, come on and let's go.
Hmm?
So the girl was still talking to. I said, bitch, you can hold on another time. You at motherfucking work. You ain't got time to be home. Motherfucker, move out of my way. What this motherfucking answer machine do? So she told me, and I said, now, was that hard? You want the answer machine? Yeah, I want to buy it. I said, you sure? Because we could go somewhere else. This bitch don't deserve to make a sale today because she in here hoeing. So maybe she's selling her little puss and she going to make more money off the puss than she make off the sale of the motherfucking answer
Oh no,
machine.
the shade of it all. The shade of it
And
all.
she was like, no, I want the answer machine. The girl just looking at me. I said, that's right. Don't say the wrong thing, bitch, because you at work. I'm not. I don't have time for that. She was like, I love one day for y'all to come on with me and some friends. We are trying to get a bunch of creators together from different communities to help each other and make new friends. Oh, MB, we'll do
Yeah,
that.
we would love to do that.
We
That
would love to
sounds
do that.
great. Yeah, anything positive, we're really interested in things like that,
Right,
especially in social media. We like to do positive things. Like we got invited to this men's caucus, remember,
right.
Joseph? But then Corona hit. We got invited to this men's caucus where they wanted us to speak and, they wanted to interact with us and network and things like that. We like doing stuff like that, y'all.
Right. So we don't
And
have a
if you like,
problem with
like
that.
if you ever listen, guys, we're for hire. We're for hire.
Well,
We have a
not for
certain
you,
rate.
MB. We'll come on your show.
Right. Yeah, we'll come on your show. But what I'm saying in general, that's a part of what our bread and butter is. We are for hire. Like if you have an event, I don't care if it's like if it's a church event, if you want us to come and visit your church, or if you want us, if you have an event that you want us to host, we host. We do hosting. We're also wedding officiants, so we have the authority to marry people.
Right.
We have our hands in a whole lot of little stuff. So yeah, we don't mind doing things like that. We love to sit on panels and speak about positivity and spreading love and
Medina
things
said,
like
I
that.
curse and fight. She said, I curse
Oh,
and
I
then
know,
I
Medina.
fight. I fight the instinct to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
MB, yes. Our Instagram is the same as our name here, TheMcRaeKingz.
Yes.
And it's Kingz with a Z
Yes.
at the end, not an S. Because a lot of people go looking for us and they forget that
Yeah.
Kingz is with a Z and not an
Yeah.
S.
If you Google us, we will
Right. If
come
you
up.
Google us, all our pages will come up and
Yeah.
our Facebook and our Instagram.
Hmm.
And now I'm sure Snapchat and
Right. And TikTok.
TikTok,
Yeah.
they all come up, but
They all
our
come up.
Instagram is the exact same name
Hmm.
as our. We kept it simple and made everything the same so that if people wanted to find us, they could find us easily. Because
Hmm.
once you know our name, we did something recently called "When Communities Collide." No, that's not a problem. We, hey, about you, we don't have a problem at all coming up on your show. you know, I just don't do well. Most
We
creators
don't
know
do
what
drama,
most
honey.
creators
Although
know
we
what me and
can.
Tramel do because we
Yeah.
have been on some people's shows that like they're in the beef sector, and they respected that we don't do
Hmm.
beef, and then
Yeah.
a lot of people expected that from us in the beginning because they saw our Andrew Caldwell videos,
Yeah.
so they just thought that okay, and then because that was the first way they were introduced to us, they thought that that's what we were going to do all the
Right.
time.
Right.
And that's not what we do.
Right.
And it was
Well, they
just
thought we were gonna be dramatic, and we're just not
right,
dramatic like that.
right,
I mean, I know I can be a little animated, but I'm not dramatic like that to the point where, I'm like, oh, well, I'm just gonna, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna do that. Not
right,
unless I have to. I don't act like a goddamn fool unless I have to, honey. And if I have to act like a goddamn fool, honey, I'm going from 0 to 10. Like I said yesterday, we was talking. If I'm going to jail, honey, I'm going to jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to jail, honey. When I get there, honey, they're going to know. What happened. What is you doing in here? I killed 18 men.
right.
18 men. Yeah, but no, I'm just like, it ain't that deep for me. But yes, please, by all means, send us a message, or you can call
She
us
did.
on.
She just did on Instagram.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, just shoot us your number, or you can contact us on Instagram or Facebook. You can call us as well. So just let us know.
Right. No, just want to
Just
have
let know.
mind your business. I just want to have fun and meet new friends. I'll tell a bunch. What? Wait a minute. Let me go back to the chat because that's moving too fast. Hold on, y'all.
Oh, you just pull it down. See?
No, no, no. But it's easier for me to read here.
Okay.
No, we just want to have fun and meet new friends. I'll tell a bunch of if they piss me off, but I mostly want to. Right, exactly. Like I will curse a bitch out if they come on here and try it.
Yeah, we
I ain't
don't
got no
don't, don't get it
problem with that.
twisted now. Let me tell you
Like
something. As much as we don't do beef, because we really don't do beef,
we don't welcome it, but we will
I
be
will
there for
verbally,
it.
you will get verbally assassinated. You will get verbally assassinated, honey. Like I said, doctorate degree in reading. Reading is fundamental, not for the mental. Yes, I have a doctorate degree. Joseph has a doctorate degree in reading, honey. You get read, honey, for the gods.
Right.
For
Like
the gods, honey.
I'm not like the other night when that person came in here and I just
Let's get ready, get read for the gods,
let
honey.
them have it. I just because I can.
Yeah.
My thing is this. I don't I don't bother nobody. I treat people the way that I want to be treated. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that I'm married to a man, that's your
Yeah, that's
business.
fine. Yeah.
I don't care what you feel about that. If you don't like the fact that I'm gay,
You can't
that's
change
your
it. You
business.
can't change it.
I don't need to know about that. But
Mm-hmm.
what you're not going to do is sit up in the chat
And
and sit there and talk
disrespect
about.
me.
Because
Mm-hmm.
Tramel was on the panel one time, and he didn't see the comments, but I'm reading the comments, and I was downstairs. I said, "Oh no, the fuck they won't try my
And he
husband like
came
that." I
upstairs.
came right up on upstairs and got on that mic. I said, "Let me tell you, motherfuckers, one thing," and I went in because he Tramel don't really read the comments, but they asked him to be on the panel,
Right.
so okay, Terrell, do it. I don't care. I don't have to be there. But when I read the comments, I said, oh no, they're not gonna try my motherfucking husband. And I went right upstairs with him. I said, excuse me, moved him over and snatched the mic because that's where
Sure
we had
did.
our whole setup before we moved.
Yes.
Like we had a whole studio. I snatched him. I said, let me tell you motherfuckers one motherfucking thing, what you're not gonna do. I said, let me tell you what you're not gonna do. And then you could try to tell me what you're gonna do. Because I don't play that shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, it's time to wrap it
Wait,
up.
wait, wait. I'll tell the bitch off
It's
if they piss me off, but I just want to have fun. Okay, I gotta
yeah,
get kids ready for bed, but okay, no problem, MB.
yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you so
Glad you
much.
made it home
Yeah, we're
safely.
wrapping it up right now. So yeah.
Right,
And
we're
if
gonna
y'all want to know
wrap
what
it up.
this is my CGM. This is how I check my blood sugar. So if you guys want to know what that is, that's what that is. But anyway, it's time to wrap it up, guys. It's like 1 minute to 12. We've enjoyed, speaking with you guys tonight as we always do. Thank you so
Yes,
much for
and
interacting
being
with
here.
us. Thank you for interacting with one another in the community, in the McCraeKing community. We like to see that. We really do. We really enjoy seeing you guys interact with one another. Thank you so much. And we appreciate you joining us. for Pillow Talk. And we will hope that you will join us tomorrow night for Pillow Talk. The Pillow Talk is every weekday and weekends at 10:30 p.m. As Joseph said, make sure you hit the like button
And
as you
subscribe.
and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching the replay, please hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to our channel. Oh God, we have so much fun here.
And
We
y'all
do.
start using the what do you call it? Like when you go to type something, that little smiley face on the left-hand side, start using those little icons in the chat.
Yeah.
Because they count for us. So start using those little, they call super stickers. They don't cost you nothing to use because they're already there. Just use those super stickers and you'll be helping us out. So like there's a smiley face in there, there's a heart in there. So like all the hearts and smiley faces y'all put up, you could just use those. And bye Trisha, and you could just use those and they actually help us out. So, y'all do what y'all gotta do. Subscribe if you want to join and become part of the King's Roundtable. Hit that join button if you see it. If you don't, the link is already in the description box. And you could become part of our roundtable.
Yes.
Be a lord or a lady or night at our roundtable.
Yeah.
Check out the McCraeKingz boutique for everything McCraeKingz. And that way, when we start doing coffee with the Kings in the morning time, you'll be able to have your coffee with the Kings for real, because we'll be on your mug.
Right.
And we have a host of other things in there as well. Follow us on all social media platforms. You know what they are. And our name is the same. So all you have to do is do a search and put in the McCraeKingz. And a lot of y'all spell McCrae wrong. That's why you can't find us.
It's not MCCR. It's MCRAEKINGZ. Like as a zebra. Yes.
And, do that. And if you can afford to, please donate to the McCraeKingz platform.
Yes.
We are in need of a new computer, so we've been coming to you from our cell phone, and we are trying to save up to get a new laptop so that we can go back to having our green screens, our backgrounds, and all of that, because we can't do all of that on our phone.
Right. You can't do it on phone.
So, we want to go back to giving you the show that you're used to for Coffee with the Kings, because with Pillow Talk, we're in the bed.
Yeah, we're in the bed house.
So, we know you guys love it, and we love bringing it to you every night. And even when we sleep, I wake Tramel up in the minute. Wake up. You got to do Pillow Talk. And sometimes he don't want to get up. I'm like, Papa, get up. We got to do Pillow Talk.
Yeah.
So, we enjoy it. We love talking to you guys, inspiring you guys. And on that note, if nobody told you they love you yesterday or today, know that me and Tramel love you, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. Also, remember, always walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness, and all those great things. Hold on. I just want you to know I'm staring at you intensely. Well, good for you, Michael, and I hope your hemorrhoids get fixed, too. I hope your hemorrhoids get fixed, because I'm sure you sat there and bled most of the time. Because you probably a bitch that like to get rosebud.
Are you throwing shade?
Oh, yeah. You probably a bitch that like to get rosebud.
Why are you throwing shade at him? Is he throwing shade at us?
He's trying it. Bitch.
Oh, he's trying it.
Oh, he's trying it.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
if the girls always try when the show is over with. Don't do us.
But you know what? Thank you for adding money to my view time, for watching. Because you're a dumb bitch for watching. Just to say that, you just got me paid. So thank you, bitch. I appreciate you. I take all the money I get from YouTube. So I'm not pressed. But anyway, like I was saying, y'all, to all my loyal fans, walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. All those great and wonderful things. And don't worry, Melissa, I'm going to block the bitch in a minute. You know how we end every show?
It's TheMcRae.
All damn day.
Talk to you soon.
Peace.
Bye-bye. Bye, guys.